And they didn't tell me how long I was supposed to talk, so like I said, we'll see what happens. But when we think of these two, there's a few words that come repeatedly to my mind, and it's friendship, journeys, adventures, learning, dreams, and love. I think we all probably agree with that. I think Emily and Will met about 2014. Emily helped Will move into his room in Troutman. She introduced Will to all his friends, all her friends, showed him around town, the hot pizza joints, the other hangouts, and they instantly became buddies. As parents, Cindy and I, Jeff, we were a little nervous about all this, moving up there, until we met everybody at Troutman, and everybody watched everybody's back, and we were really secure about that. Troutman kind of became, to us, that was the name of the whole place. It's just Troutman. We'd send goodie boxes up, care packages, thinking they're going to starve to death, or, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? I have a little buddy up there. Okay, I'm going to die. But anyway, if he shows his teeth, somebody let me know. So, but anyway, it was for all the Troutmen to enjoy, and they did, and they're super people like the rest of you are here. But as time would pass, Emily and Will, along with some of the Troutman gang, and weekends, hey, let's get out of town. Let's go camping, let's go hiking, let's go to Salem, Massachusetts. Let's go maybe to the Delaware River Basin. And then one summer they decided to make this real big journey, and they were going to head to Indiana and to California. So Emily, Will, Audrey, Lima, Eddie, George, they all piled in and they came up for a few days. You all got to take them to your famous, favorite Mexican restaurant, right? Went out to Huber's and got some pumpkins and enjoyed some time there. We spent a lot of time with my parents, had a few little cocktails and a lot of good stories. You learned a lot that day, I think. But Will, at that time, he just wanted Troutman. That's all we knew. So, I'm getting emotional sometimes. I told you, when I get older, I do. But anyway, okay. Next day, everybody's like, well, what are you going to do? I don't know. So, I'm kind of in a fight with my TV, trying to put this sound bar up. And I'm like, man, I got musicians here. I got a guy a lot smarter than me, maybe a techie. He says, I'll help you. You're over there cussing like a sailor. You're madder than hell. Lasted 1 minute. This one walks through the living room, goes to the kitchen. He bolts. I'm sitting there holding all these cords like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I saw a little twinkle in the eyes right there. I think I noticed something that day. I think. Anyway, next day they all piled in the Tahoe, California bound. They went see Jeff and Leanne. And some vivid memories from them are that how sincere Will was, never trying to impress anyone and just being his humorous self. And they sensed that maybe these two had a little more down the road besides just friendship. So they were always hanging out together, and we'd call her mom and say, I'm going to marry this guy one day. And Audrey told me Will was in love at first sight with you. And Emily would call and say how much you had in common, how easy you are to talk to, and how she felt protected and comfortable and secure when she was with you. That's pretty good stuff for a dad to hear. And so they became inseparable. They survived COVID scares. They moved to I guess it was a closet apartment. It was about this wide, about 14 feet long. But you did have a little backyard for Caddy. But they remained keeping in that dream and remained optimistic they would move west one day. And about a year later, they took that leap of faith. They picked up a U-Haul cat riding shotgun and moved to Boulder, Colorado. They had each other, they had their jobs, and they had a dream. And about 6-8 months later, Cindy and I get this call one night, and Will's on the phone asking if it was okay to ask Emily to marry. Well, first reaction, well, hell yes, what took so long? The family's been wanting this call for a long time. And I told Cindy, I said, that's one of the coolest things for somebody to ask their dad if they could have that hand. Jim, Gail, I want to thank you for raising such a respectful, polite, conscientious young man. We're really happy to have you in the family. So, with that being said, we're thinking, wow, man, we better go get some boots. We're going to Colorado for a wedding. We're going to go mountaintop. We're going to go by a river. We're going to cowboy boots. We're going to rock. Oh, hell no. We're going, everybody gets suntan lotion, dead of winter. Go buy a linen suit and it's snowing outside. Yo, we got a lot of those on the back. And so here we are in beautiful Costa Rica. We made it. We all made it. So I got thinking one day, I'm like, oh dear old dad, better make sure that these two don't have any cold feet or any weird things. So I'm like, maybe I better do a little research. So I called mom and dad. And he got a nice little little note. So here's a little bit of scoop on Will, in case you didn't know. I mean, we know all he wanted to do was play basketball. And his dad says, dude, you're 5'2". Take up tennis or something. You're not going to make it. He said, I'll be 6'5". Well, look at him. You might be 6'6". I think it was, did he have trouble with money, Mother?
Yeah.
Did he lose wallets and
all
money?
All the time.
And poor Gwen and Chloe could never borrow any money because he didn't have any. And you know, I think he might have some, forgot to cash a check the other day. Anyway, so you found it later.
For Christmas.
Quote unquote from mom and dad, we're so proud of him in making all-state volleyball in high school. He continued playing volleyball in college. His buddies, Troutman, come on down, live with us. And that was sad to see him go as a family member, but the one bright spot was Emily. From early on, he spoke about the girl across the hall with admiration and awe. He fell in love with her, and so did we, quote unquote. Thank you very much. So anyway, I'm like, okay. Now, Will, you know, there's a few things Emily does, and I want you to make sure I mean, she's a little hyper sometimes. I want to make sure you understand that. And just as a dad, you know, I've seen this for a long time. And occasionally, a little stubborn, she might want to argue a little bit. Just on a rare occasion.
Me too.
And you notice when she wakes up and the foot hits the floor and she's talking until bedtime, right? You're good with that? And Will said, yeah, I'm good with that. He said, she takes good care of me. She's an excellent cook. She's an expert trip planner. And I love the way her mind thinks, and she makes me smile inside and out. So then I asked Emily, I said, what are you thinking here? I mean, you sure you know what's going on here? Oh, yeah. I said, well, word, again, through the grapevine, this maybe, you know, wherever he goes on vacation, it rains. So obviously, it's not a vacation, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Huh?
That's right.
It's a business trip. Okay. And allegedly, he collects bones. Now, I'm not about that, man. Bones, you know, animal bones. And I'm not sure, but he likes people a lot, but those animals are pretty close to your heart, aren't they? And Emily said, Dad, that's okay. I know all that. That's the little things he does that I love the most. He stimulates my mind, makes me wonder what if. I totally trust this man with my life. When we're together, life seems simpler. Okay. Good logic to a dad. And I don't have any words of wisdom other than maybe, you know, keep those dreams alive. A daily smile and a hug goes a long way. This might be a tough, but quiet times, being together is really, it's not all bad. It's pretty good. Now, when you get older, you can turn on the Hallmark Channel. And when you have that bad day and things just aren't going well, what are we going to do? We're going to breathe. We're going to remember to breathe, okay? Everybody here wishes you guys the best of luck on this new journey of yours. We're all terribly excited for it. They're going to say some personal vows now, and Emily will go first. When I find it. Did you give it to me? This is.
I have mine.
You got yours. Okay, Emily. These are some personal vows they wanted to talk to each other about. All right. You'll be okay. Breathe.
Uh-oh.
Breathe.
Hold that. Okay. Love you.
Okay, you make me happy. Don't move. Down.
I'm not shaking. You just think I am.
Got it out. Okay, you make me happy. You make me really, really happy. You make me laugh really, really often. And you make me feel safe. Safer than I've ever felt. And since the day that I met you, that I couldn't live my life without you. In fact, I called my mom and told her that I'd marry you someday. Here we are 9 years later. I think we fell in love with each other that first and second summer. But we're too afraid to lose each other, so we stayed safely in the friend zone. I had no idea what life with you could be like on the other side of that. I had no idea that the ceiling for happiness was this high or as limitless as you make it feel, as you make me feel. I've fallen in love with you over countless sunrises, long drives searching for elusive animals that we mostly don't find. Late nights by fire, first in our Brooklyn backyard and now in our home in the mountains. It's always been you and me, and now I'm lucky to say it always will be. This has been the best time of my life. You are the time of my life. Now for the vows. I promise to make as much chicken for you as you want for the rest of your life. I promise to respect your independence and your napping schedule, which Gail told me was the key to happiness with you. I promise to always love you so much that I miss you when you sleep. I promise to laugh with you always and go to as many comedy shows as you want. I promise to never stop trying to improve myself and the world around me with you by my side. That's pretty easy. I promise to have as many babies with you as you can tolerate. I promise to take care of you forever and be grateful for it. And I promise to be the best partner anyone's ever had. I promise to love you for the rest of this life and hopefully the next. I love you an unbelievable amount. You're everything I ever wanted. I guess dreams do come true. And P.S. Moonwell loves you too.
Okay. Well done, dear. Over here. Well, Will.
I'm gonna be crying.
Yeah, everybody, I'm gonna cry. Emily, I've heard people talk about meeting the one my whole life. I always thought it was a little silly till I met you. Well, now I know what the one really means. It doesn't mean that there's just one perfect person out there. It means that when you meet someone and you fall in love, that you become one person. And that's how I felt ever since I met you. I walked into my apartment in Brooklyn, and I saw a smiling face and a handout to help me carry my bags. But I didn't know then that it's crazy. Sorry, everybody. I didn't know then, but what I saw in that moment, I saw a best friend, a late night storyteller, an endless conversationalist, a business partner, a beer pong partner, a road trip partner, a hypothetical argument generator, a parallel parking supervisor, an ice cube to drink ratio specialist, my assistant interior designer. What I was seeing was a loving, loyal, beautiful, brilliant woman. The other half of my brain, the better half of me, my future wife. Many of you who know me know I don't really dream when I sleep. I usually close my eyes, I wake up like I hit the fast forward button. That's why I'm a good napper. Sleep on planes. And since I met you, I started to dream at night. And, I think it started because of the first time in life we're living a dream together every day. There's no one on this earth that I'd rather build my future with. When I saw your face that day in Brooklyn, I had no idea I'd be spending the rest of my life with you. And that you were the one. But that's a beautiful thing. Think about that blessing every day. You never know when you're standing across from someone that could change your life forever. Spend your entire life with. It can happen at any moment, and that's a beautiful thing. All you need is an open heart. And I stand here today to vow to you that mine is yours forever. I love you.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Okay, now we're gonna do. Whee, good catch. There's just a little. Okay. Little ring and some wedding vows. Emily. Do you, Emily, take thee will to be your wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
Yep.
Top that one, buddy. Okay. Yeah. Do you will take thee, Emily, to be your wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
I do.
Will you put that ring on there? If we could say just a small prayer, please. Love is about kindness and trust. Keep the glory of God in your hearts and let all that you do be done in love. Allow love to hold you as you stand with each other through all challenges in life. Amen. Guess what? Mr. and Mrs. Curry Kelleher, congratulations. We're going back to we're going to go back to the igloos, and I think there's 3 shuttles that'll take us up to the cocktail hour. Cocktail hour sounds pretty good. And I do. And dinner, and then we'll come back later. Okay? So we can all head that way. Thank you.
Woo!